I'll always remember the December that my wife, Nike, cooked rice very early on Christmas morning. And we had a service in church that we were going to attend. And she cooked quite some quantity of rice. And then she said to me, you know what? I want you and the kids to excuse me because after the service in church, I won't be coming back home with you. There are some people today who need some measure of affection. They are my sisters. I want to go visit them and to give them food to eat. And I asked, who are you talking about? She said, the young ladies who are selling their bodies, selling sex for money. Commercial sex workers, they call them. And he said, I visited them before in the brothel. And some of them really, really don't want to do that kind of work. Okay? But they are desperately in need. And people look at them in the society with disdain. Someone needs to love them. She said, I'm taking the food to them. I'm going to share it with them. I want them to have a special Christmas. And she did. And you know what? That thing that she started many years ago has grown now to the point where she has rehabilitation home. She's got a rehabilitation home to which she brings the young ladies, many of them teenagers, who would rather do something else with their lives. It's grown. Why? Because she decided to put the focus, the attention on some people who were, should I say, lacking love at that particular point in time. Christmas was that special opportunity for her to reach out to them and to touch them. Most people would spend Christmas together with their families. These ones didn't have families to go to. She went that day to be their family. There, viewer, I want you to open your eyes this Christmas and look around you. How about those young kids who have no shoes to put on? How about those young kids who can only pass by those shops with longing eyes, but who have no capacity to buy any shirts or skirts for themselves? I've been there. I know what it's like, to walk past those shops with all those glittering Christmas lights and to look with longing eyes, but to know that you cannot afford to buy anything. Your parents cannot afford to buy anything. I know what it's like. And some of us just have more than we would ever need in a lifetime, The essence of Christmas is giving. Joyful giving. And let me qualify that giving. Sacrificial giving. The life of Christ at the end of the day was characterized by sacrifice. The fact that he was so willing to give of himself, was so willing to solve the sin problem for mankind, he eventually laid down his life. Giving is not always convenient. And I'll tell you, the one that brings the greatest blessing, the greatest returns, and the greatest joy into our hearts is the one that costs us something. Yes, sacrifice. Some people have not tasted it before, but I want to tell you there's power in sacrifice, because literally it takes you from one level of success to another level entirely. You see, when you sacrifice, it's like you die at a particular level and you resurrect on a new dimension. I know that thing may be precious to you, but you need to give it out and to have a taste of what it's like to make life happen, to bring joy to somebody else. Someone said, what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. I'm telling you that when you enlarge your heart and you begin to give, especially sacrificially, as a sacrifice, you'll be surprised at the blessings that will come to you. You'll be surprised at the favor that will come to you. You'll be surprised to discover that ultimately you will not lack. There is power in giving. There is power in sacrifice. Look around you, therefore, and please note that there is a family where they may not have anything to eat during this season. Take some of the food from your house and go give it to them. It's a time for us to pack hampers and to go give it to people who have no one to sustain them. There are elderly people around us who have no one to care for them. And Christmas could just be that fantastic opportunity when you reach out to that old person in your neighborhood and you show them love during this season. There are people who are orphaned. They don't have fathers, they don't have mothers. And during Christmas, as other people's families, come around, hug them, and they huddle together, there are some people who have no parents to hug and no parents to hug them. Can you be a father to someone? Can you be a mother to someone? Some people will be spending Christmas on the hospital bed. Obviously, they do not wish that it should be so. Could you just show love to someone who is sick at this particular point in time? Some people are in prison during this season. Their freedom is curtailed for one reason or the other. Could we use Christmas as an opportunity to reach out to them and to show them some love and some kindness from God? This is a fantastic opportunity for us to go beyond ourselves, to break free from selfishness and self-centeredness, and to touch the lives of our fellow beings in a very, very special way. What will you give this Christmas, dear viewer? Therefore, remember that like Mr. Scrooge in A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, you will not find true happiness until you break free from selfishness and from self-centeredness. God so loved the world that he gave. Let love flow through your heart at this season. Let God's love flow through you during this season. You will experience joy as you bring other people joy. Take